Okay, yeah, great and glorious, seem to be famous one day, NickDutch here yet again. Want to go a little deeper into the subjects of belief, really, belief especially when applied to religion. There was a comment made on my page which said that an individual has no power over their beliefs. That's not true. Yes, your beliefs, your view, your worldview is being shaped by the people you meet, the people involved in your religious circles, what you read, what you watch on TV, what you listen to on the radio, and some of the things you either think or you're meant to think via emotional means. I mean, politicians, for instance, try and make you feel things rather than actually think things because they don't necessarily want you to be able to think. But if you did become a thinking person, you would learn how to critically evaluate the arguments being presented by politicians, for example. Now, let's just try and apply the same thing to religion itself. I mean, once upon a time, I had a conversation with a lady who had changed her religion because she wanted to change her views. By its very nature, that is daft. The reason that it's daft is because, as a human individual, you have the right and ability to be able to use your brain, to be able to think, to be able to challenge, to be able to argue, debate, discuss, and all these things which essentially makes you what you are, namely the highly evolved creature on the face of the planet that you should be, and is basically your, your birthright to become. But this one particular character changed her religion because she thought it was nicer to have different beliefs. Why didn't she just sit the fuck down and think and analyze, and then to be able to formulate a worldview based upon analysis, critical thought, self-doubt, and reasoning? Why not? Why did she have to change the label that she was under? Why did she have to develop a religion? Why did she have to follow someone else and actually label themselves as being of that particular ilk or of that particular nature or theology or religion or whatever? Why? The basic fact of the matter is that she didn't have to at all. She had chosen the path of weakness, namely to let someone else do the thinking for her, and then she could just obey. Now, within religion, I've already said, all beliefs within religion are, by their very nature, untrue. Now, these could be all views, all beliefs, every single attitude you've got out there. Everything from the theology, the spirituality, the morality, everything. It's all lies. And the reason that it's all lies is because it's a gross simplification. Anything which is a gross simplification has to, by its very nature, be a lie. Alright, just purely by reasoning. You can work that out. Anything that's simplified can be a lie. For instance, in GCSE physics, you're told that electrons work in a certain way. In A-level physics, you're told electrons work in a different way. So what you were told in GCSE physics was by its very nature a lie, because it was simplified. And the same thing is true of spirituality and religion. Because spirituality and religion has inherent within it all manner of supernatural beliefs, all of which are, again, by their very nature, simplified, dumbed down, and are therefore a lie. You can choose to believe in any of these things, but they certainly aren't knowledge. They are, in fact, a falsehood. Now, if we consider that with many individuals, religion or religious titles can and does affect the morality of the individual or the group of individuals, religion is therefore wrong. It could even be described as being either bad or evil or corrupt, or a means of mass mind manipulation. And that means all religions. I mean, I'm a very equal opportunities employer, I despise falsehood in all of its forms. The problem that we have with the occult is to be able to create changes of any sort, we need a religious state of mind. That does not necessarily mean to say we have to be religious. We just have to be very skilled at learning to change our state of mind with meditation, prayer, visualization, remembering certain emotions and learning to develop them. And that is part of the key to be able to achieve anything. Yes, we have to use religious concepts like God, the angels, archangels, and all the rest of that jazz. But also there is no proof that they exist. That they just seem to be useful intellectual, creative visualization tools that we use to be able to achieve certain results. Likewise with spirit. The word spirit is the biggest algebraical letter X in the whole universe. No one knows what spirit is. No one can define it. At all. There are various attempts, but all of them will be simplifications and dumbed down, and therefore spirit is something that people believe in rather than people actually know about. But it's also a concept which can be useful to temporarily believe in when you're doing something of a nature which is compatible with the theory of spirits. Same is true of reincarnation. There is much more evidence, in inverted commas, for psychic phenomena, for telepathy, for instance, than there has ever been for reincarnation. But yet people are believing reincarnation left, right, and center. Why? Even on YouTube, there's videos about like reincarnation. It's a falsehood. It has to be by its very nature a simplification, a dumbing down. There's views about the existence of God, or the non-existence of God. Both of them have to be simplifications and dumbed down. Religion is essentially a simplification and dumbing down, and essentially a falsehood. But it's also a falsehood which directs people's moral conduct without thought. And, this video might get a few responses saying, yeah, well, I thought very hard about this, that, and the other. Yeah, well, of course you did. But you thought within the limitations of the fictional framework. Rather than actually sitting down and thinking about the next right thing, you use your religion to tell you what to do or what to think. Okay. So, what is actually good in religion? Probably very, very, very little. I don't care whether that's a new religion, an old religion, or somewhere in between. There's something wrong with it because it's conducting the conduct of humans with a thesis which is essentially based upon lies or simplifications. So I personally cannot realistically be in favor of any religion. I can be in favor of thought, analysis, doubt. Doubt is very important. People are always going on about, you got to believe in yourself. No, you've got to doubt yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you'll end up doing something which is based upon an irrational presupposition. I believe I can do this. Have you actually sat down and thought about where your skills lie? Have you actually sat down and thought about where your abilities lie? Have you actually thought about what it would take to achieve this particular result? No. But I believe I can do it. Yeah, well, you haven't thought about it then, have you? Sit down, grab a pen and paper, start writing down notes. The mechanism for trying to achieve something like getting that job or, going skydiving. A man without any arms and legs will find it very hard to be a successful skydiver, okay? A man without any arms and legs will find it very hard to ride a bicycle, no matter what they believe. You've got to work out where your limitations lie, on levels both complex and subtle. And also to build your worldview on what is intelligence and not what is believed within your religion.